Hey guys, this is the first video I've ever filmed, so if it's a little bit awkward, I'm sorry about that. I'll do my best job to clean it up in editing, but I've never been in front of a camera before, and yeah, it'll take some getting used to, but I'll try my best. But for introductions, I'm Henry, and this is going to be the first video / introduction to my YouTube channel, Iron and Purpose. I'm a mechanic mostly and business owner. I have a couple businesses. The biggest one, I have a couple side hustles, but my main business is a auto repair shop, and I also buy vehicles that are broken and then fix them up and sell them, as well as fix other customers' vehicles as well as my own. And I do a lot of interesting things. Like around that. So I have land. I love animals. I have some ducks. I also raise turkeys, so I can give them away to family and friends for Thanksgiving. I love animals. I do a lot of stuff. I did a lot of studying in school, like marine biology, extra classes in high school. I do have a high school diploma. I'm not college educated. I'm not very well spoken. I can speak 2 languages, so maybe we'll play with that. We'll upload videos in both languages if I can, like, maybe do a voiceover. So yeah, basically the reason I created this channel is for a couple reasons. I called it Iron and Purpose because the name stuck to me, because as people, especially in this world, we have it better than any other generation, and people have forgotten how to be like iron, how to be hard. Our grandfathers and great-grandfathers and great-great-grandfathers and grandmothers had it much harder than we do. A lot of them didn't have electricity. Or, you know, obviously, they didn't have phones, they didn't have Wi-Fi, they didn't have, like, mindless ways to spend their time, essentially. Nor could they afford to waste their time spending that, because in those days, if you didn't work, you didn't eat, to be quite frank. And the survival of your family often was dependent on your ability to produce. And a lot of people are very reliant, and I've realized that while working on customers' cars. Nobody has ever taught them or told them that they need to change the transmission fluid every 50,000 miles. That chances are, with stuff that you have in your house, when your glass on the back of your phone breaks, you most likely can fix it with very basic tools and cheap parts. When gardening, for example, gardening is a relatively easy thing to get into, and very rewarding, very fulfilling. Much more fulfilling, say, to spend your time doing a little bit of gardening, even if it's in a couple pots, than to, I don't know, browse TikTok. Reading is a bit of a lost art, and I'm very guilty of this as well. That it's so much easier to cut on some YouTube. Try and just, browse the social medias versus read something. And that's because of the attention spans, brain rot, essentially. And I feel like it's destroying people and their ability to communicate. So I'm going to force myself to be better. I'm not getting any younger, alright? I'm 22, I'll be 23 this year. I'm not getting younger. There's a lot of things I want to do in life. And I know there's a lot of you out there that have many things that maybe in the back of their head, Most people, whether we write down our goals or not, most of us, we always have something in the back of our head that we would like to do. We want to farm. We'd like to have a condo in Miami. We would like to be the most successful salesperson in our group. We would like to be really good software engineers. We would love to learn how to fly an airplane. We all have something in our heads, and nobody will ever just hand you something. And matter of fact, the more time goes on, the harder it's going to be to grab what you want. And it doesn't even have to be for selfish reasons so much as it pushes you to be better. If you want to become a pilot, let's say, for instance, or for helicopters, you have to save up your money, take the lessons, become a helicopter pilot, but it's something worthwhile doing. And the way one finds purpose in life, there's a higher power that leads us in life. And the way one feels fulfilled and happy and content is by finding that purpose. That's the other half of my YouTube channel name. Purpose. One needs to find purpose in life, and I'm young. I'm not even sure I found it yet, but I like to share some of my goals, some of my dreams that might change, and then take you all along with me on the ride to basically, if I can, help inspire. If I can inspire with my ramblings and my bad videos, if I can inspire 3 people, that'd be really special to take out and do something with their life. And maybe I can teach some skills, something that I know how to do. I'm not saying I'm very good at anything, I'm humble, but something that I know how to do that maybe I can then share with you all to help you all get further in your journey, and hopefully maybe teach something in the best way that I know how to basically be the best versions of ourselves, because the world is full of bad. And if everybody does something bad to make the world worse, and only a few people do something a little bit better to make the world better, we'll always be behind. And so that leaves it up to a relative few in percentage of the overall population to do a huge amount of good in order to make up for all the bad other people do. That way, the world is not only a better place for you, but for future people, for future civilizations, that you can make a change. And there's a lot of famous examples of people that have made changes, even if little, that have led to the world being a much better place. And it doesn't even have to be for monetary good, and it doesn't have to be with money. You know, I'm not saying, or even that much time. Little by little, pick up 2 extra pieces of trash that aren't yours on the street, okay? Throw them in the trash. Something like that. That will make the world a little bit of a better place. And when you vote in elections, I'm not telling you which way to vote. I'm not telling you who to vote for. I never will. Okay, I don't want to get into politics. I don't particularly like politics or politicians. But when you vote, do a little bit of research. Try to find the person that not necessarily exactly always matches your best interests, because chances are if they're in politics, they're not good people. I'm sorry, very few politicians are actually genuinely good people. I know there's a few, all right? Don't flame me in the comments, but genuinely very few are. The most valuable thing you can give is your time. And if you share that's a very finite, a very limited resource. For good. Share it for good. It makes a huge impact. Like the butterfly flaps. You know, the butterfly flaps its wings, that theory, and a little bit of whipper of wind becomes, a hurricane in China or something, or, creates a wave that, I don't know. It's a complicated theory, but it's very true. Do something to make the world a better place, and that's what I'm going to try and do. I've got dreams, hopes, aspirations. I want to fulfill them. I want to help you guys fulfill yours. I want to teach you what I know so we can help each other and build each other up along the way. We're going to do awesome stuff, some really, really cool things. I've got a lot of ideas in my head. I've written them down. I'm going to upload as much as I can. I'm going to push really hard. I got a good team behind me that I found. We're going to get a ton done. We're going to have a lot of fun. We're going to keep the videos. We're going to experiment. I'm going to put some short form up. We're going to make them happy, upbeat, positive, but also push. We're going to be pushing to make ourselves better, but not like in a toxic way. We're not pushing for like burnout. But we are going to find purpose. We're going to push really, really hard. And we are going to become the best versions of ourselves that we can. And I'm going to help you all as much as I can with just teaching some of the things I know. Because I've done a lot of stuff. I'm young, but I've done a lot of stuff, and I know how to do a lot of things at least decently well. So I can at least share some of those, some of that experience. And with that, right now as I speak, it's we'll get some coffee, and I'm gonna film. I'm gonna do some cleanup. I'm gonna show you guys some of the things I've been working on, and we're just gonna keep going from there. We're gonna keep trying out different formats and see where we can go. But with that, very long-winded intro. Sorry if that went too long. Yeah, this is Henry. No, it'd be better to say, I'm Henry. Let's go get that coffee, that sweet, sweet nectar of the gods, and get some stuff done before we run out of daylight. That way, Monday morning, we're ready to rock and roll. Let's get them. Thank you, guys.